that's us.
That is
All
us.
right, it's the Big Old Denial Show. We told you about our friend Brian. Don't need to recap that again. But here is what Jack brought to us. It's called Capturing the Friedmans, and it's an HBO special, right? That's documentary. Special documentary. Just because I still want to be right. Anyway, and this... That's how stubborn I am.
Good for you. It's not just any documentary.
It's a special documentary. Anyway.
It's a docudrama.
Right.
A special documentary docudrama.
Because I always have to be right. That's my demise, by the way, but that's a different show. Always having to be
No,
right.
it's not. It's every show.
No, but I mean, like, it's a different Oprah. Right now we're in the denial show, and at least I'm admitting.
Admitting you always have to be right.
The deal is on this show, Capturing the Friedmans, this lady is married to this man, and she takes a gander and sees sometimes some of this kiddie porn stuff, and then, well, you'll hear the denial. And it's,
Right, but it doesn't make it clear what has happened to this guy to make her
porn.
have this conversation. It's kiddie porn, and he's busted with it, right?
Right. So, Jack, go ahead.
Well, it's not something he sort of left lying around on the kitchen table. He wasn't proud of it, and he kept it hidden. He had his office downstairs. It wasn't like right there. You had to go downstairs and around the corner to get to his office. And he said, we used to have someone that cleaned. He says, don't let her clean in here. It's okay. I don't want my things disturbed. So, all right. I never went in there.
Then one of our inspectors moved the piano that was in that office, and that's where his stash of magazines were held.
And this was Arnold's secret. He liked to look at pictures of boys. And it's not that he acted on these things. He just wanted to look at these pictures and meditate or...
Oh, my God.
She's so far, Niall, that woman's Irish.
Yeah, no kidding. He just wanted to meditate that.
Meditate to pictures of naked boys, right? They were naked.
Yeah.
Right.
I cut out the clip with the names of the magazines. There was no mystery involved in what were in these magazines.
Oh, I didn't even know they made. How can they publish
How can
magazines?
they publish that?
This is how they busted him. Is he was on a list for getting these magazines from outside the country, so they sent an FBI guy undercover to deliver one to him, and he accepted the delivery. Then the FBI guy came back like an hour later and said, hey, where's that magazine? And that's how they busted him.
Wow. Yeah, it is. That I feel sorry for her because not only is her life ruined, obviously, and now all the neighbors whisper. You know, but
I wouldn't whisper if one of my neighbors was busted with kiddie porn. I'd shout.
yeah. So not only is her life ruined, but now you hear that she's so in denial about it. Well, he used it to meditate.
To meditate.
I mean, if she wasn't in denial, what she
It's
would have
not
said.
like he I almost went English. It's not like he acted on it. Owning it is acting on it.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. If she would not have been in denial, she would have said, Arnold is, a cavity creep. I don't know what the hell's wrong with him. He lost his mind. It's sickening. It is wrong. Blah, blah, blah. She would have been in anger mode. But instead, the denial mode is, he didn't act on it. He just meditated.
Right.
But I always have a theory when people don't let you in their office or in their...
But she had to be. Because also in that story, her son was part of it, and he was molesting children.
And
along with
yummy.
the dad. It was a whole family thing.
and he was a
It's
teacher.
a family tradition.
It was creepy.
The dad was a teacher and also taught piano and computers at home. So he had kids there all
Wow.
the time.
But you know what? I mean, and not to go into this, but I think there is some form of denial when you don't have like your partner's codes and they have a P.O. box and all that.
Right.
If my partner and or wife, husband, whatever, had a P.O. box, they're doing something. They're not necessarily having an affair, but they're buying drugs.
Or doing something.
Or they're stashing money.
Yep.
If they have a P.O. box, and especially if you're unaware of it, they're doing something. They're hiding from you.
And the don't go in their office is
It's
usually
always a
tip-off,
big,
too.
that's a big old red flag.
Right. Now, my wife is not in denial. She knows because she doesn't let porno in the house, or doesn't like it at least. But she's got to know that the movies that people send me here at the radio station are stashed under the guest room bed.
She probably knows.
Yeah, I would assume
just
she
doesn't-
knows.
She doesn't care.
Yeah.
That's a different show.
Yeah, she doesn't want to fight about it. She doesn't want to fight about it and lose that fight.
Yeah, or
she picks
she's
her
just
battles.
like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, boys will be boys. No, it's just that you get all those signs and you still put up the denial thing like, oh, well, he's just, what'd she say he's doing? Meditating, right.
No, I think, though, when you pointed out P.O. Box, if your husband or wife has a P.O. Box and you don't have a key to it,
Please.
they're totally up to something.
Well, and that's what I'm saying about Brian. He doesn't have his wife's code. And if you blatantly ask your husband or wife for a code and they say no, that's my phone, no, bye. You know, I mean, that is such a, and they had a joint message together on the cell phone, and now she has her own message and she has a code and she won't give him any access
Is there
to it.
any way around that? Let's say your husband's a doctor,
Right.
and you have the same codes, and on 2 occasions you accidentally delete 2 important messages, and he says to you, if you do that one more time, I'm changing the code. And then he changes it and won't give it to you.
Well, you don't do it one more time. That's the thing.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you get a warning, I think, but then
You get a warning?
You get a warning.
You get a warning one across the
Life
bow.
is all about giving you a warning. If you do that one more time, I'm gonna kick your
Boy,
ass.
I've heard that a few times.
All right, let's go to
It's a
people-
denial show.
Yes, with Danielle Denial. Hi, Danielle.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Well, the one thing about denial, I agree with Jamie how you're better off knowing, even though you probably don't want to know. It's like almost a lose-lose situation because it's going to suck knowing. But there's this story. I hung out with this couple forever, and he's just a wild guy, and everybody knows that he cheats on her. And he has a little girl and all this stuff, and she takes care of her, and she wants to be the stepmom. So she just, like, kind of follows him around all the time, out to the bars, everywhere, and he just finds ways to cheat on her. And so finally, one of the girls that we hang out with, she told her, hey, you know, he did this with this girl. I mean, hello. And
But wait, you know what though? Is there a difference between denial or this is as good as my life is? This is as good as I deserve.
yeah, I think there is a difference. I believe that she is in denial, that she's created her own little world, that he loves her, and he doesn't cheat on her. Because she said, you're lying. You know, when someone said he cheated on you, and she said, no, he doesn't do that.
Really? So it is denial? Because I was thinking this is all I deserve show.
Right.
You know, I mean, because a lot
Right.
of us lived in that place too, where this is as good as it gets for me, and this is what I deserve.
Right.
And so she calls you guys liars, huh?
It calls us liars. Then there's this bachelorette party.
Well, you know what else she does? And a lot of us have done this. Well, that's just because you guys are jealous and you want him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that just, you don't want to, why would you want to live that way? And you look like the idiot. Because everybody knows besides, and you just think you don't know.
Or is it another show called Love is Blind? Oh, boy. There's so many shows.
No, we're doing the denial show.
Is it Love is Blind? Is it this is as much as I deserve in life?
No, because if you're blind to it, then you don't know and therefore can't be in denial. Unless being in denial caused your blindness. See? And it's thoughts like that make us want to
Wow.
stick with the denial show only one topic at a
That's
time.
crazy. All right, Danielle, hold on the line. We'll give you something pretty. Here is Brandy. Hi, Brandy.
Hey, Brandy.
Hi, how you guys doing?
Hi, we're good.
Yummy.
One of my really good friends, I feel so bad for her. I've actually caught her boyfriend cheating on her like 10 or 12 times. And I've taken pictures, like a Polaroid picture of it, to show her. And she didn't believe me. She's like, no, that can't be him, and everything like that. And I'm like,
Isn't that crazy how you watch these people and they absolutely refuse to believe it?
yeah, I'm like, seriously, here's a picture. This is him.
And she's like, no, because it looks like he's doing that, but he's really not.
Yeah, that's what she tells me. She's like, no, he loves me. We're going to get married.
Or,
and on
you know what another big denialer is?
What?
Is the wives of alcoholics. He only drinks a couple of beers after work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, he
Totally.
doesn't drink that much. He only drinks on the weekends. He only, whatever. Well, Brandy, so did you bone him?
Yeah, that's what I got. How do you get a picture of a guy
Yeah,
having sex?
such a relief, though. Thanks to our friends at Extra Sports. What's that guy's name again? I forgot
Spiffy.
Spiffy?
Spiffy?
Anyway, he found my Pan Am bag. Remember at 5:30 this morning,
Oh
I was
my
freaking
God.
out. I was like, oh my God, you guys, I left the show in the Pan Am bag and I can't find it. I looked for it all weekend.
Remember I was telling you about Quarter Slim and I started with good news, bad news? The bad news is I stole all my wardrobe, so I'm a thief. The good news is I'm too thin to fit.
Yeah.
there's good news, bad news with that bag.
It's all good news. I'm so relieved.
It's been in your parking space since Friday.
Yeah.
And they found it Sunday. This is a major communication center.
It was a Pan Am bag. That was way too suspicious to be suspicious.
Oh, God.
Right. So if you ever see a guy running down the street with a gun, just think, too obvious.
Well, it had papers sticking all out of it. You couldn't even zip it, so it wasn't.
They're saying be afraid of ice chests.
That float.
I know, but I mean, it was so, it was a Pan Am bag, and it was so stuffed full of papers that you couldn't even zip it. It didn't look suspicious. Plus, it was sitting next to a bag of Victoria's Secret presents.
Is she in denial? Are we staying on topic here with the fact that she's totally in denial?
I'm not. I'm just relieved. Thank you for Spiffy.
Thanks, Spiffy.
The extra sports guy. Oh my God, I'm so happy. You don't know. I was just like relieved.
I know how you put stuff in your bags.
My bag is important. My
Yes.
bag is like your basket of importance.
Yes.
Yes. Somebody screws around with that, boy, you got a bad day on your hands. Anyway, speaking of terrorists and all that, they're really worried in New York.
Yeah.
I guess they've closed the tunnels to trucks.
They are worried in New York.
Yeah.
I hesitate to say this, but I guess it's fairly obvious. I'll pose it as a question.
But you're in denial about it, by the way.
What? Oh, that it won't
Terrorism.
happen to me?
Yeah.
No, well, maybe. I mean, I guess it could. It just won't. Stuff like that does not happen to me.
Yeah. Well, that's
I
denial.
live through everything.
Denial. Anyway.
Okay. So, is there any way to protect those tunnels?
Keep people out of them.
Yeah. If you let people travel from Jersey to New York via those tunnels at high traffic hours, is there really any way to make it safe?
I guess just if you check or whatever, they use those old guy pervert mirrors like they have on their canes.
They're not going to open your trunk.
And trucks, it'd have to be a truck bomb to really explode one good. I think a car would just blow up and blow up other cars.
And just cause havoc.
They wouldn't
Excuse
care
me,
about that.
I don't know. That Ryder truck pretty packed full of crap.
Right, but
Yeah,
they're
but
not letting rider
there's no
trucks
trucks
through.
through.
Yeah,
right?
but you can have a Subaru and pack it full of anything.
Oh, way to tip off the terrorist Jamie.
See, that's what I was thinking when I was trying to get that sentence out. I'll pose it as a question.
No, obviously you can pack anything.
Yeah,
I mean, they
don't
have
think there's-
backpacks.
I don't think there's a way to protect those tunnels.
That's true. The trains in Spain were a whole bunch of backpacks.
I did too.
So did I. I thought mainly on
was
the plane was happening.
afraid. I got to do two things this time in Europe. One, I got to say, and these are not good, but one I got to say, oh my God, I rode a subway and they blew up one in Spain. And I got to say that while I was in Europe because I rode on the Madrid subway system.
Right.
But there's about 80,000 different trails,
Right.
if you will. But I still got to say that one. And then the other one I got to say was at Paris. What's the hell is that name of that? Charles de Gaulle Airport. It collapsed.
yeah.
I got to say I was in that before it collapsed. It was really fun for me. It was good times.
Wow.
We all do
Wish
it,
I got
though.
to go to Paris.
No, you do
Yeah, I
it.
do.
I was like, oh my God, I was in this airport. And
I
like,
could have been killed.
4 weeks later, it collapsed. I bet I was right there in that terminal. It was crazy. I could have died. Oh my God. Anyway, we're doing the denial show. And I had a question for Jack, actually.
Yeah.
And Jack, can you say yeah?
Yeah.
Because Jack didn't even care.
Oh, no,
said
I was listening.
Oh, okay. At any point when your wife called you, and it wasn't your wife, it was your girlfriend.
Right.
When your girlfriend called you and said, I'm pregnant, what form of denial did you have?
Oh, you know what? it went straight to tear. I didn't even go to denial.
Wow,
I was
you
like,
skipped like the other
Yeah.
5 things?
You
Oh,
did?
yeah.
You
It
went-
went straight to fear, tear, whatever you want to call it.
There was no form of denial. Like she didn't, even with her, like maybe I'm just
She's wrong. Go
bloated.
do it again.
She went through all the denial before she told me because she had like a dozen pregnancy tests. So
Oh.
there was evidence. You know,
Yeah.
they were lined up it was like a police lineup, and they were all the right one.
They could no longer afford to.
There's like 3 things happening in this room. First of all, something's on fire.
Something's smoldering for sure.
The difference between denial and oblivious, I think, is an example.
No,
of.
something's burning in this room.
I
right?
said stupid, but oblivious is fine.
Is it me?
Yes, you're smoldering.
Your ass.
You're smoking hot.
Okay. Well, there's something burning and there's a lighter in front of me, so I'm now wondering, did you guys set something on fire and I'm an idiot?
Oh, boy, how do I answer that one?
Missed it by that much.
All right.
You didn't leave the room last break. We had a full-on conversation about the matches that he was lighting.
Oh, I was reading.
Oh, my God.
We were talking about how we like the smell of matches, and it was a whole thing. Went on for 5 minutes.
Did I involve myself in this conversation in any way? I was reading.
Wow.
There was a fire 5 feet away from you.
Wow, there's a fire in the control room that you started, and I'm some kind of ass for reading.
No,
Yes!
because you didn't notice. It was oblivious. You're oblivious.
You were oblivious to the fire.
Yes.
Yes, I was.
That's scary.
Okay.
Not in denial of the fire.
But yeah,
Right,
weird,
no, exactly.
because I don't understand. Because he has ADD so damn bad.
That's why I have to concentrate so hard when I read.
Oh, is that what it was?
I guess. I had
Wow.
no idea that you guys had lit matches or discussed it.
Don't put me in that group. I didn't light no matches.
You discussed it.
I discussed, but I didn't light. You're the lighter.
So basically, I can say that I had no idea that this fascinating moment between you guys playing with matches.
Well, I know it's not
occurred.
fascinating because you weren't involved, but when you're involved, it's fascinating. Yes.
It was fast. It was a good conversation.
Yes, we had a very good and solid conversation about sulfurites.
I think I'd have looked up if I'd have heard sulfurites.
Yeah. And how the smell of lit matches reminds people of going to the restroom because that's what you use to camo the odor. It was a good conversation.
See, if you would have been involved, you would have been
I
fascinated.
can't believe I missed out on that.
Well, see. That's all I have. See. No, and
Because, by the way, the story I was reading about Jim Carrey, it turns out, John Kerry, rather, he didn't do anything.
well, which is it, Jim or John?
No, Jim Carrey was up to all sorts of hijinks.
Well, what we were also talking about with the matches and all that is how smoking makes you look old and all this stuff. And I said, oh, that's a good one, actually. The denial about that you're older. Everybody has that one.
Now, I listened to this part of the conversation about you on television.
Yeah.
I don't think you're right. I've seen you on TV before. You look great.
Oh, my God. I was like, that is not me. It was the saddest damn thing. I was like, I look like the old chick. Oh, it was sad. But then Stench told me not to feel bad because when he's at the gym, he thinks in his head that he's a 20-year-old football player.
Right.
And then somebody came up to me at the gym and said, so it looks like you used to play football. And he was saddened.
Did you used to be a football player? And I cry.
Yeah.
And you, Jamie, should not be sad because the camera adds 10 years.
10 years, 10 pounds. Oh,
It just
my-
adds 10 bad things.
It does. Oh, yeah. Ay. Anyway, so I know what he means. You think that in your head you look a certain way, and then somebody comes up and says, you used to, what would they say?
They go, did you used to be a football player or something?
And in your head, you look like that football player,
Look,
right?
I'm still a football player. Look at me. Got guns. And the difference is I'm not really that much weaker than I used to be. It's just now I hurt myself lifting weights.
Yeah.
That used to never happen. Now I'm like, my shoulder, I can't lift for a week.
Yours isn't as sad as mine. People come up to me and say, hey, didn't you used to be Danny Partridge? And I say, I'm still Danny Partridge.
I can't get over it. I'm still doing it. Hey, look for my show on VH1.
No, because now they're trying to replace me, the bastards.
Oh, Danny.
I won't do it.
Danny Partridge is never replaceable. You'll
That's-
always be him.
That's totally what I said. I said, you can replace those other guys. They sucked.
I don't know. That's Susan Day. She was yummy. Okay, let's push our random denial call.
Denial calls.
Here is Tracy. Hi, Tracy.
Hi.
Hi.
You know, this is really funny. My best friend's sister's boyfriend. I saw him.
Oh, my God.
My best
Friend's
friend's
sister's
sister's
boyfriend.
And you're not laughing. It's really funny. Okay. So, I
Yeah?
love your laugh.
Well, then say something funny.
Okay. No, hers, not yours.
Haha.
Right? So say something funny.
Okay, so
not
go
funny
ahead.
anymore. That was the funny part.
Oh, my God. Let's keep talking.
Struggled, okay? I struggled because I didn't know if it was my business to tell her. So I told her anyway. And
Told her
he
what?
started a rumor like a week later, told her that he cheated, told my best friend's sister that
brother.
her boyfriend cheated.
Okay.
Then like a little while later, all of a sudden he started a rumor that him and I slept together.
Oh, backfire.
And then she hated me, and I was not best friends with my best friend anymore because I became the slut.
Yeah, because you know what? We actually talked about this. Is when you do bother to tell, somehow the people that are in denial turn it back on you immediately.
Absolutely.
And you become the bad guy for telling.
Right. So anyway, I would say don't tell.
So did you have sex with this guy?
No.
Oh, what a
my
bummer. A
God.
nice little rumor and everything.
Slime
And
ball.
oh, he's a slime ball?
Oh, my God. Well, he cheated on his girlfriend, for one. They had a kid, and they were dating,
Oof.
about 7 years.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
It was
There's
really
something
bad.
about when you add slime ball and a kid that makes him
Yeah.
like, you just don't want to, Here's a really good denial one. Here is Patrick. Hi, Patrick.
Hi, how are you?
We are good.
Okay, here's the deal. My mother had an affair with my father. They've been married 54 years. She's I'm the youngest child. She's never told him that I'm not his child.
Oh, she's a ripoff.
No. Now
Now-
she's in the hospital for a year and a half. She's been ill. She's not been in the hospital for a year and a half, but they can't find anything that's wrong with her. They've tried to
It's guilt.
test for
It's
ALS,
guilt.
It's a different show.
everything else, and I think the same thing.
On tomorrow's show, guilt, and it can kill you.
And I'm in denial of
and
it.
guilt. So what do you think?
Well, wait a minute. I have questions. So you know for a fact that you're not Papa's child?
Yes, I met my natural father when I made my. Basically, I started asking my mother since I was 12 years old, why am I different?
Why am I black?
Yeah. Why am I 6'5" and everybody else in the family's under 5'10"?
Boy, we've seen those families too, haven't you? And you're
That's
like,
me.
whoa, one of those things ain't like the other.
Yeah. So I
You ain't like
questioned
the
her
other.
since I was 12. She finally broke. I mean, she really had a nervous breakdown and told me when I was like 20. We flew to meet my natural father. He's since passed away, but the father that raised me is still alive, and
he doesn't know.
he's been a great dad. I would think that he would have been, he's a smart guy. I would think that he'd been able to figure it out all these years.
I don't know. You know what?
I don't
That's
know.
a really good one because there's a couple of dads in this world that I don't think are the baby's dads, with
Right.
the baby daddy. And you think, how can you not know? But they really don't know.
You know, the other thing, my entire family look like my father, brothers and sisters, look like they just got off the boat Italians.
and then
And
there's
look at
you.
me,
Well,
bright red hair and freckles.
I think your mom smoked and did drugs. I think you're just a birth
my
defect.
mom smoked and did drugs last night.
You're just a birth defect.
But all my first cousins, all full-blown Italian, bright red hair and freckles, all of them, the whole family. So if I got swapped out with one of the other Bonaducci's anyway.
Right.
But they really do. My olive skin, black hair.
Patrick?
You look Italian, though, Danny.
Good, all
Your
right.
facial features look Italian. So she wants me to come back and visit her in the hospital, and I've been trying to, you need to, deal with the situation. You need to meditate. You need to figure I'm going to go to my grave
Child
with
porn.
this. I will never tell him it'll kill him. I was
Good.
like, well, it's either going to kill him or you, so which is it,
Oh, you think the guilt really is killing her? You weren't kidding.
Oh, no, I think it's killing her. I think that it's
God, yeah, but why kill two
people?
people? I mean,
Yeah.
your dad gets to live. Let him live, Mom,
Guilt and denial.
Don't
have a
kill
physical
two birds with
manifestation.
one tramp.
Boy, I don't know. I don't think that now I would. How old are
don't
you?
tell.
How old are you?
How old am I? 41.
Yeah,
Oh,
don't
no.
tell.
What's the
What's the point,
There's
you
no
creep?
point. Tell your mom, relax. It's been 41 years. No one has to know.
Yeah, no one ever has to know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Really?
Yeah. And then
Just tell him you're gay if you want to give him something to think about.
Yeah,
Already
that's a
did.
good one. Just like make.
You already did?
8.7.
I don't know. This kind of worries me. I feel like now they really think something's going to happen.
Why
We'll
would it
go
happen?
live to the president who's speaking about the terrorist crap.
Of the Central
Nothing's
Intelligence
happened,
Agency.
by the way.
We established the Terrorist Threat Integration Center to merge and analyze in a single place foreign and domestic intelligence on global terror. Yet the work of securing this vast nation is not done. The elevation of the threat level in New York and New Jersey and Washington, D.C. is a serious reminder, a solemn reminder of the threat we continue to face. All the institutions of our government must be fully prepared for a struggle against terror that will last into the future. Our goal is an integrated, unified national intelligence effort. Therefore, my administration will continue moving forward with additional changes to the structure and organization of our intelligence agencies.
Was all the good stuff over?
Many of these changes are specific recommendations of the 9/11 Commission. Others will go further than the proposal of the Commission's report. All these reforms have a single goal. We will ensure that the people in government responsible for defending America and countering terrorism have the best possible information to make the best decisions.
Is this all political?
Today, I'm asking
BS
Congress
now?
to create the position
I got an
of a
idea
National
on that.
Intelligence Director. The person in that office will be appointed by the President with the advice and consent of the Senate and will serve at the pleasure of the President. The National Intelligence Director will serve as the President's principal intelligence advisor and will oversee and coordinate the foreign and domestic activities.
By the way, and I'm looking at the closed caption.
Nothing's happened.
No. I'm looking at the closed caption. They keep using chronic as the word Congress.
Okay, so you said, do you think it's all political? That's the first thing I thought.
No, but I mean, the very beginning of it, what we all missed because we were playing a song, it was really intense. And he was talking about how we need to secure medicine, I guess. And that it's really kind of scary.
Right.
But then now he got all political.
But because I first thought, boy, what bad time. He's just this blatant propaganda to make sure he stays in office. But here's why I think that's not true. You could tell he was essentially reading that for the very first time. Like there was no, and that's why I say. He was just like giving out the information.
Right.
So I think people that work for him said, dude, this is so real. You have to get on TV right now and say something.
Well, Jack called it a cover my ass speech.
Yeah, but that's essentially what I mean. That something happened that they're aware of that we're not, that they said, you have to get on TV right now and say something.
Yeah, in the beginning started as that, and now it seems like a really political, he's going into, what happened with the 9/11
Right.
commission, blah, blah, blah.
But I'm thinking he's going to maybe restrict our freedoms in a way. That's why he was saying things are going to change, and I think something very real may have occurred, that they've got some real full-blown intelligence.
Hey, Stench.
Hello.
Hi, we're just talking about the president speaking, and it's scary.
I know. I think it's a cover your butt thing, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
So
in case.
you think they got real life full-blown information?
Yeah, but he's screwed either way. If something happens, they're going to be like, you knew and you didn't stop it. And then if nothing happens, it's going to be you're blowing a whistle, crying wolf for political purposes.
What if nothing happens because he catches them? What if we catch a whole bunch of bad guys with
Well,
explosives?
we keep catching them, but there's more and more and more.
And
They
more and
procreate.
They're breeding them.
Yeah, they're like
bastards.
rabbits. Anyway, that's why I think that we should keep him in my personal opinion, office for 4 more years, because it seems like they just get the hang of it and then we vote him out of office. I mean, to me, it takes 4 years to really start to know what the hell this all the politics are about and what everything is about. It takes you a couple
Right.
of years to start getting situated.
Maybe their term should be 8 years, but kicking them out should be easier.
Yeah, I mean, I think it should be, if they're doing an okay job, it should be a longer term. Because you know how it is, like you move into your new house. I've lived in my house, 3 years? I still haven't even done anything that I wanted to do to it.
I get these two confused a lot. I don't know if it's the 23rd Amendment that says a foreigner can't be president, foreign-born person, or that you can't be a president for more than 2 terms. But I definitely think they should repeal the one that says you can't be president for more than 2 terms. I think if you are great, we should be able to, as Americans, vote for you as many freaking times as we want.
But then we had that Speaker of the House that was like falling asleep, and he was old, and he was sleepy. And,
So we don't vote for him.
We did, though, or whoever. We put him back in the little position. I don't know. Somebody
Hold on.
What?
What about this? What about if it's the government that's going to carry out a bombing on our own people so that they can
You
say,
shouldn't even say
some
that.
Iraqis did it so that
You
we can
shouldn't
keep the
even
war
say
going.
that.
You're nuts.
It's a conspiracy, I tell you.
You know what you're like?
This
You're
is
like
a
that.
real radio station, man. You shouldn't even say
You're
that.
like the Fahrenheit guy. You're that guy.
You're an
Actually,
idiot.
I'm so not that guy, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
You're an idiot and unpatriotic.
Oh no, I'm into this whole thing. I'm down with the George W.
Or the judge.
98.7.
And there's outfits and there's fresh flowers.
I don't know. Do they get outfits?
Yeah, they got it. Stench was just saying, the president makes what, $200,000 a year, and what
$250 got a raise.
what a pain in the ass it is. And I said, wait, there's so many benefits. I mean, not only there's life insurance, but you got your transportation, you get fresh flowers, you get wardrobe.
Private chef.
There's wardrobe. They got sweatsuits that say President of the United States. So sweatsuit.
Big house, I guess.
Just a sweatsuit.
Plus, you got to think about, because
And
I
jogging
thought,
shoes that say President.
what if a regular middle class person got to be president? Like they say, every boy can grow up to be president.
I'd jump on the bed.
And if you grew up to, you've never had a guy that was broke after being the president, like just wandering around. So you also get the book deal, the speaking engagements. Once you're the president, you're kind of set for life.
Yeah, it's a good gig. A lot of pressure though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look
like
at him.
the whole country hating you. I like Bush.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure this morning.
Right, I like George Bush. He's scaring me a little bit. He seems a little nervous. The fact that he's saying this threat is real and the danger
And then he keeps saying, what do we do? And we really need to prepare the people of New York City. Oh, and Jersey and D.C. It's like he's blatantly saying, okay, it's happening in New York.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I feel uneasy. I feel a little wacky. But now he's going into all this political stuff about how he needs Congress to work with the Secretary of Defense and all. And so then I'm like, well, wait a minute. Are you really just talking about how we have to all be focused on this, or are you also using this now as a political outlet?
Ooh,
what?
One of the reporters just asked him, why did you wait 3 years after 9/11 to do this? Why are you doing it right now? Is
What'd
this
he say?
political? He's answering right now.
Okay.
The communications between the FBI and the CIA have been enhanced by the creation of what's called TTIC, the Terrorist Threat Integration Center.
Ooh, I like it when they do
We
that.
moved quickly to make sure that there is a seamless spread of information throughout our government.
Yeah.
We called for, and worked with Congress to create the Department of Homeland Security.
So he's saying he's been doing stuff the whole
Not
time.
everybody in Congress agreed with how that department ought to be set up.
Seems
And that
like
was
But we
the
got to set
Democrats
up, and
didn't
not only
like it,
that,
is what he was saying right there.
Under Secretary Ridge, we have
See, now this is what I mean.
implemented
But now,
the integration.
But this is
of-
what I mean. Now it's all political. It's not, cover your ass and kiss your babies. Because that's what I kind of wanted him to do, is tell us what the hell's the problem and then, go away.
But now he's responding to questions. So these are the responses to questions.
I understand. Yeah, but I didn't want it to get all, I thought this was just a real live, we have a threat, do what you have to do. See you later. Bye-bye. Now it's more like, well, how last year did it work out when you guys were integrating the TTEC systems of the Democratic
Flux capacitor.
Yeah. So now it's all about Congress and whatever. All right.
But I think before we move on, do we all agree, though, that somebody got some news somewhere and said to the president, get on television?
Well, we know this. We know that the guy was caught on the internet sending weird codes in the Izzy form and the shizzle. There's a bomizzle for shizzle.
In the Bazildin.
Right. Right. And so we know that they found this guy. They cracked his code, if you will. And
It was the new Yizzle that gave it away.
Right. And he said that they had plans and they'd been staking out before 9/11 all the financial institutes in New York, including the New York Stock Exchange, Citigroup, all these things, and that's how they are going to try to cripple America, is by screwing up our ATMs.
Right. That would do it, too.
Yeah, well, actually, it's a whole trickle-down thing, because not only, it'd be your credit cards, it'd be everything. So that's how they were going to do that. But now what I thought was weird is, we heard about malls and all that stuff, and remember, we kind of whatever, malls, whatever. But then we hear over Christmas that Ohio was, in fact, a target. Do you remember that? And I thought, the Midwest, be totally safe.
Well, I think what they're doing now is places that seem totally safe are the only places you can get to.
Yeah.
We were telling Isabel we were getting on a plane to New York City, and she knew all about the World Trade Center. There's no hiding that from a 9-year-old or however old she was when it happened. And Gretchen said, honey, they're so safe there now. There's so many that could never happen again, which leaves you Cleveland.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Anyway, if that's not bad enough, chicken pot pies might kill you. And that's just a damn shame.
That is.
16-ounce packages of Stouffer's brand frozen chicken pot pies are being recalled because they might have small pieces of glass in them.
That would not be a tasty treat.
No, but I love pot pies.
Me
No,
too.
I don't. I hate pot pies. I was going to lie to you.
Oh, my God.
I was going to lie to you. It's true. I was going to lie. You know who loves them is my sister. And I actually remember the smell, and I
My
didn't
wife
like them.
Loves pot pies. I love Stouffer's spinach souffle more than almost anything.
The recall includes 16-ounce packages of Stouffer's chicken pot pie. No other sizes or varieties of Stouffer's stuff are affected. The packages bear the code 445 inside the little thing. So look for that. So if you have a Stouffer's chicken pot pie, you might have some glass. I guess, right?
Yep.
All right. So anyway, so we'll put that over there. By the way, one other warning. Please don't shake your vending machines.
Stench!
Why y'all look at me?
And then sue!
It's amazing to me, the warnings that are on these things and people still can sue. A man was shaking he was all of 17. How old are you?
36.
You could be that guy's dad, and you're just that stupid.
Anyway, they want the vending machine company to pay him $5 million. He shook a Snapple vending machine at his school, and guess what? It fell on him and broke his foot.
They should make them better.
He says it
So they
shook.
kill you.
He shook it, because it ate his $1, and he really needed a Snapple. The city believes he just wanted to get a freebie, and he did receive $30,000 in '99 after settling with the city for facial cuts he suffered after he fell through a broken school fence.
This guy has all the luck.
Yeah. By the way, did you know that they can't disclose that in a court of law?
Yeah, I did.
That
if you've
sucks.
sued successfully for just stupid things 100 times.
Yeah.
Yep,
Wouldn't
I
you
did
want to know that as a juror?
Yes.
I think that makes all the difference in the world.
But it's prejudicial, and also it means that if one thing happened to you having nothing to do with this entirely new thing
I understand that,
happened.
but if you are somebody that you know malpractice suits over and over and over, I think there should be some kind of thing.
I think you should be able to tell totally.
Damn it.
I'm with you.
Also, this morning I wanted to talk about the fact that we were talking about denial, and it is a part of life. Well, you know how I used to believe in fate?
Yes.
I don't believe in it anymore.
Fate of any kind?
I don't believe in. Yeah, I think now I don't believe in fate. I really don't.
What
Something
changed your
happened,
mind?
and I thought it was fate, and I thought, oh my God, this is fate. And then the guy turned out to be a dumbass, and now I don't believe in fate anymore.
Wow.
I know. I'm telling you. I mean, something presents itself as fate, and then you realize that wasn't fate. I was just stupid.
But I think I'm with you. I think I agree that there is no great fate.
There isn't.
Okay, because Gretchen and I got married within hours after meeting.
Right.
We've now been married 15 years, 2 children, lives are great. Greatly improved than we were independently.
And no fate.
There's no fate. Lucky drunk accident for me.
Jack, you believe
Tough
in fate?
break for her.
Stench?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Stench is the anti-show today.
No.
Yeah, you are anti-show.
I believe in fate. I believe some things are meant to be.
What has ever happened to you besides you getting your ass kicked that was meant to be?
I know what was meant to be. I was meant to have been married the first time so that I could have my son.
Did that hurt?
No, he's Bonaducci. He's little.
I was just meant to slug him really
called you
hard.
little.
I don't care. It was fate that I hit him.
And no, it didn't even faze him.
I didn't hit him hard enough to make him want to get up and kill me. He's huge.
But he didn't even stop his conversation. Like, it didn't even break his conversation.
It broke our conversation. We were talking about fate, and I was meant to hit him.
Oh, wow, that's sad, Dan.
See?
You know, we're flipping around to all these different news agencies because something is really wacky.
Something's up.
Yeah. And I not love, but it's quite interesting the different headlines they use. Targets of terror. Dun, dun, dun. That's one of them. The other one is Terror Watch 2004.
It beats that Doppler thing.
Yeah. Anyway, it's kind of scary.
They should train that Doppler thing to find terrorists.
Yeah,
on
they
your
can
corner.
pinpoint your raindrop.
Dude, according to our Doppler, Naij Jaef is on the corner of 3rd and King. That would be cool.
Naij Jaef.
Yeah.
What?
I just thought of something they could do that would interest me more.
All right, you guys, this is really serious.
Yeah, this is serious.
Right, but they
Go
could
ahead.
have the Tear Bears, and each one could be a different thing. And then if they had the Tear Bears, I might be interested. I might watch more.
So is the rainbow one a gay terrorist?
No, you put like their like chemical weapon Tear Bear and car bomb Tear Bear.
Well, they did the cards.
Are you saying terror or terror?
Terror Bear.
What do you mean though? Because like they did the
right.
King of Hearts and the Jack of Spades.
Right, but that was for Iraqis.
Right.
I'm talking like if the car bomb one dances across the screen, I know there's a car bomb warning.
Oh, I get you. All right, I got you. Instead of like doing our elevated colors or whatever, they should be like happy dots that like.
Because we discussed the colors don't really mean anything. Technically, we're on the highest alert because they don't do the red one unless something's happening.
That's true. We're on. Well, we're not, but New York is on orange.
New York is on orange.
And Washington
All right.
is on
Now,
Newark.
I thought we were still in the ballpark of levity yet news with the Doppler should be able to track down terrorists. But car bomb and dancing bear, I think we've crossed some sort of line in journalism.
Well, I think what Jack is saying is because we're all confused by the color-coded system. I'll save you, Jack.
That dancing bears would straighten it out?
Is that if we had like some kind of like different faces, like you know how the happy face used to be just known as happy face, but now on your emails or your IMs, you can add different faces that's still the happy face look, but yet it's grumpy or
like on your IM thing.
That's what I just said.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, just like that. That you can add,
while we're on full frown.
Right, like that, or like scared. Like orange should be like scary face. I don't know. I think is that what you're saying, Jack?
No, he was saying dancing bears.
And there's marketing potential in this. We could raise money for terror causes by selling terror bears and T-shirts.
But who would buy a terror bear?